Hi everyone, SJB here. Today we're on the brand new Operation Cherry Blossom. It's come out this weekend on the public test server, and it's going to be introduced in patch 0.7.6. It's a very interesting and, I must say, very difficult game mode. I'm here in the Cleveland. Now, you're only allowed to take tier 8 cruisers of the French, American, Russian and British lines. And the first part of this battle is played at night. And believe me, it does get very, very difficult. To start with, you have to head for Augusta Bay and intercept the Japanese squadron. Now, to begin with, you're given a task of maintaining the positions of the enemy marines, but that quickly gets changed as you have to protect these two Liberty ships that have just dropped them off. That is your first, even though it's a secondary task, you actually have to protect them. So, it isn't too tricky. 4 destroyers appear. Normally it takes one of your ships to pop a radar early, but nope, we spotted them. And they're just your standard tier 7, I believe. Yep, the standard tier 7. They're normally Shiratsuyus at this stage of the game. There's only 4 of them, and there's 7 of you, and they go down pretty quickly. Now, because this battle is played at night, the enemy fire off illumination rounds. They're white phosphorus, and they hang in the air for quite a while. And when that happens, if you pass into them, you'll get lit up, and the enemy will see you. But you, because you won't be in, the enemy won't be in the illumination rounds, you won't be able to see them, even if they're firing. It makes it much, much more difficult. So, our team's done pretty well. We've almost sent there we are. All 4 destroyers done, and that is our first task complete. As you can see there are the illumination rounds hanging in the air. So, our next objective is to save both of these regiments that are currently on the beach. Now, this is the part of the operation that I find really annoying, and this is where the operation, even this early, can be won or lost. Now, each of those forces of yours on the beachhead have over 100,000 men, but as you can see, they're quickly being whittled down already, and we're only just now in firing range. Now, that's a Myoko, and that Myoko will... sorry to interrupt myself. I'm currently travelling through one of the illumination rounds that I said not, but that's about to end, and that Myoko seems far too intent on killing. Now, as you can see, we've already lost 10,000 from both of those units. Now you can see the problem here. You've got 7 of your ships, but you can only really use your front guns to try and get close to them. And as you can see, the night rules are in effect, and we've lost sight of him because he's out of range even with radar. So we're going to fire on this other Myoko that's busy just wiping out our troops. And as you can see, both units are under 70,000 already, and we've barely done any damage. This is what I mean. You've really got to try and get up here as quickly as you can. See? And then you get intercepting forces to try and draw you away. Now, my advice would be at this point is for most of your fleet to engage these 2 cruisers, which are very quickly going to be backed up by a squadron of destroyers, which you can't see yet. And not necessarily ignore this 3 cruiser squadron that's coming in on your left flank, but you need to save these troops. And all they're doing is they're trying to draw your attention away from saving these troops. As you can see, one's under 4,000 already, one's under 6,000. I get a fantastic citadel there with the Cleveland, which is nice. And we're going to start seeing these illumination bombs going in effect. As you can see, they're the 4th one, they're firing them up. And it does work both ways, because the AI does have a tendency to drive through its own illumination rounds. And here come the torpedoes. Now, they're very accurate, these drops of torpedoes, so don't sail in a straight line at all, because you'll get punished and you'll get sunk pretty quickly. As you can see at the top of the screen, one of our detachments is now under 2,000. And they mainly ignore you and go straight for the troops, because the AI knows that if you lose those troops, it's won. They up. Squad 9, it's going down, there's nothing we can do about it, we're going to lose at least one of them, and there you go, 9th Regiment position is lost, so we failed, that's 1 star gone. So the best we can hope for now, even this early in the match, we're just over 5 minutes in, is a 4 star, if we even get that far. And I'm on fire again, I've had my steering taken out, so all I'm doing is busy turning, because that's what my rudder was stuck on. Probably going to eat another torpedo, am I? Or am I going to be lucky? Nope, I don't eat another torpedo. And as you can see, we're still trying to save this second detachment that's on the beach. And now there are 4 destroyers and 2 cruisers coming in. You know, we're 7 ships, and yet we're still struggling by the sheer weight of numbers the enemy is throwing in at us. I'm no longer on fire. But my steering's still out, but I'm going to continue straight, hopefully. Yep, there we go, avoid these torpedoes. And will we get lucky that it's not looking good? Okay. I'm trying to take out the destroyers that are still firing on the beach. Now, luckily, we've managed to draw their attention away for the moment, and they're not firing on the beach, they're firing on us. And, oh, finally. Fantastic. If you manage to save them, if you manage to last long enough, it cost us one of our ships, but we managed to stop the attack on the troops. So, now I've seen many matches end without you even getting this far, because the AI will focus those troops, will wipe them out, and that's a defeat. Straight off, you don't get any second chances from that, and that is when the game can be won or lost. Now, we've got some support coming in. We have 2 Fletcher-class destroyers, a Lexington, and an Essex aircraft carrier. They're coming in. So, we now have to wipe out these forces that were trying to take the beach back from us, finish them off, and then come and meet up with our support. Now, the problem is, as you can probably see, we've lost to Baltimore. He did really well. There are 6 of us left, but look how far we are away. Our new mission is to take out those aerodromes right in the top northwestern corner of the map. But it's not that easy. They are well defended by Tier 6 and Tier 7 cruisers and Tier 6 and Tier 7 destroyers. And there's a lot of them in a small area, which means lots of torpedoes, lots of focus fire. Good thing is, quite a few of our cruisers still have a hell of a lot of health, but don't fear not if you've taken an absolute battering at this point, because the Essex, once it reaches its position, will actually deploy a repair zone, so you can repair your ship, which is fantastic. Now, you have to haul yourself up there as quickly as possible. I've seen groups of ships, when I've played this operation, not make it to them, and I've actually seen the AI wipe out both carriers and both Fletcher-class destroyers before you've actually reached them. And it is an absolute pain, because from there you can't repair, you're stuck with the health you've got, and it is game over. And as you can see, we're still over 12 kilometers away, and already the AI is coming in with 2 destroyers, and there's more on the way. There are plenty more, and pretty soon those 2 air bases are going to start sending out torpedo bombers. Lots of torpedo bombers. So if you think the amount of torpedoes you've seen so far is bad, just wait till you see these torpedo bombers. Now, we do have 6 ships left, but we have to keep in mind that at least 4 of us have to be alive at the end of the match in order to get another star. But the match will end if we manage to take out both those aerodromes. But don't be in a hurry. If you rush in, you'll get focus fired, you'll get cross fired, and you will die. that will have a detrimental effect on how many ships are left on your team, so you may lose another star. And also, those air bases have 90,000 health each. And also, one of the other secondary conditions when it comes up is that you have to destroy at least 40 enemy planes. That's another star. So, if you destroy them too early, you won't get that secondary star. But if you don't destroy them at all in the time you have left remaining, it's a defeat. So it's a sort of do you not. As you can see, the Bunker Hill, the Essex, has released a repair zone. He's got a repair zone up so we can get in there, get some repairs going on, and then we can start focusing down these last remaining air bases and the defence. And here come the torpedo bombers. Now that we're in range, so we're going to get ready. And the good thing is, most of us have got defensive fire. You want your ship to be set up, if you have defensive AA, with it, because it is going to come in so handy. I personally wouldn't bother if you have to choose between hydro or defensive AA. Go for defensive AA in this operation. You really need it. The good thing is, with the AI spotting most of the areas, you'll probably have a more than adequate time when it comes to torpedoes. Now, another thing has come up. Destroy the enemy flagship, the Atago. And Atago has appeared. Now, if you take him out, that's another star. These are your last remaining stars now. We got one from saving the Liberty ships. We lost one from the troops, because we didn't save both units of them. And our last remaining stars are save at least 4 of our ships, so 4 of us have to survive, destroy the 40 total of aircraft, and destroy the flagship, the Atago. Now, I've healed quite a bit, and the carriers are moving off to get into a better defensive position. Our defensive AA of our ships is doing absolutely beautifully in shredding them, so that will be another very quickly earned star. And will also deplete some very annoying torpedo bombers. Now, I'm not sure if the airfields have got a limited number, but the attacks of the torpedo bombers do get less and less as you progress, so they may have a built-in total. Don't quote me on that, I'm not too sure. Now, as you can see, some more are coming in. Now, the best thing to do is to do exactly what those other cruisers are doing. Stick with another cruiser. Maximise your firepower. Now, this will probably be a lot easier if you're doing this in a division of 7 players and you're all on voice comms. You can focus fire, you can call your targets, and you'll have a much easier time. But if it's a 7 random people, it's a hell of a lot more difficult. Believe me. The amount of times I've tried this, believe me. So, you can see the 2 air bases are up, but we're not concerned about them. We're just busy trying to wipe out as many of these guns that are firing us as possible. You know, 1 less ship, 1 less set of guns. When it comes to the Myoko, that's 10 less guns shooting at you. So I'm picking targets of opportunity, not the best thing to carry their AA armor piercing, so I switched to the HE. Just trying to get as many hits as I can, maximise what I'm doing. I'm going to team up here with this other Cleveland. I believe it's a Cleveland, it's either Cleveland or Baltimore. It's one of the two, I'll probably see in a minute. It's a Baltimore, I believe. So, there's the Atago. The Atago is going to go down in a moment by the combined firepower of the 2 ships we have up there. In fact, the Charles Martel takes them out. That's another completed. We destroyed the amount of aircraft, so it's just we have to survive. And now, with the 3 cruisers, and I believe there's 3 destroyers left. I believe there's another hidden destroyer right in the top corner by the northernmost aerodrome. We just have to survive and try and take them out with the allotted time. Now, as you can see, we have 6 minutes left. I do believe that when this goes live on the normal servers, that some of the best ships to take in this will be the Mikhail Kutuzov, because that smoke screen at this late point in the game with its 7.7 kilometre detection range in the smoke will be an absolute benefit to your team. 1 or 2, maybe even 3 Mikhail Kuchezovs, and it'll probably give you a much easier time. I take out the Alba. Sad to say, I think the Baltimore that was with me is going to take another torpedo and he's going to go down. Which, yep, he's on fire. So, we're just whittling them down now. The Charles Martel and the Baltimore that are going towards one of the aerodromes, they're going to focus fire that down while we're focusing the and I'm being targeted now. The AI, one word of warning, the AI will smell blood in the water and they will focus you if they see you're on fire. If they see you're on fire or you've been hit by flooding, they will try and set you on fire again. They will mark you as a priority. So do what you can to get away from them, because they will whittle you down to try and take you. Now, as you can see, there are only 4 of us left. If I go down, that's another star loss, which means this will only be a 3-star win if we win. That's if we win. The carriers on your team are pretty good. The AI is pretty good at prioritising, so that's a brilliant benefit. As you can see, just over 4 minutes left now. So it's just a question of, will we be able to take out the aerodromes in time? Because this is the point where you have to think, do I have to focus down the enemy ships, or do I focus the aerodromes? Because as you can see, they've got 2 cruisers left, and Miyako, an Alba, and a Shiratsuyu. And we have to take out those 2 aerodromes at the same time. Now at this point, like I said, you have to prioritise. Do you take out the aerodromes and go for the win, or do you keep whittling these enemy ships down, hoping that all 4 of you still survive at the end of the game? It's that really tough decision, you know. Now I'm moving south to try and meet up with another one of our cruisers, so we can maximise on firepower, maximise the amount of targets the enemy is shooting at. Now, our 2 cruisers that went towards the aerodrome to the west have managed to take it out, so there's only 1 left. And the fantastic bit is they're now going to focus fire the other aerodrome from long range. So we're going to focus fire the other aerodrome while the other 2 of us run interference. So we're hoping to throw everything to the wall now, because we know that if we take it out, and there we go, we destroyed the enemy aerodromes. That's complete, and it will come up in a moment that at least 4 of us have actually survived. Now you can lose a cruiser at that point and lose another star, so be very careful. So it's a win. 4 stars. Destroyed enemy aircraft, destroyed the Attico, saved both Liberty ships, and saved 4 of our teammates, including ourselves, which was brilliant. But we lost that 5th star from not getting that, from not saving those 2 positions on the beach. Pretty good. I got the reward on my main account. Not bad. Not bad at all. 2nd on the team, but you know, it's a team effort. Really good amount of ships. So, what do I say about this operation? It's difficult, but give it a go. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.